7 years.
Because they make companies like Halliburton, Bechtel, all these private corporations, military industrial complex makes shitloads of money for a tiny group of people that work in Washington, around the Pentagon, these military corporations, you know, that produce all the Raytheon, you name it. And then we got the energy companies, ExxonMobil, Shell, all of those companies.
I do agree with you guys protesting against the bankers.
Yeah.
That's one thing I agree with you on. But you guys are protesting everything under the moon here. And people are walking by truly confused what you guys are protesting about. Yeah. If you're going to protest about the bankers, protest about the bankers, not everything under the moon.
Do you want to?
No, man, that ain't me.
Would you like to go on the mic?
That ain't me.
I think it'd be interesting to hear for what you're
anarchy. I seen you guys do a sign of anarchy on St. Paul's. That's totally disrespectful.
Well, when did they do that?
They did that about 3 weeks ago, man. I'm walking from my pub. I own a pub down the road. I'm walking down, I see anarchy on St. Paul's. Anarchy ain't what it used to be, man. You guys blew it out of proportion, man. It's a bunch of fucking kids running around with masks. It ain't even anarchy no more, man. You know what I mean? Come
What's
on.
your name, man?
My name, Kashmir, man.
Simon's my name.
Pleasure to meet you, Simon. But you didn't answer my question. How do we stop Iran from bombing Israel?
Alright, what we have to do
Without going in there with
I'll give you an idea what we do. We have to become morally pure. Okay? So when we become morally pure,
that's going to take centuries. And in the meantime, that man's going to be pushing a button and fucking the shit out of you.
But you've got to understand it, right? You're talking about the United States of Britain as though it's
then why is every country going, help us, America, help us, Britain, get involved, help us. Libyans were asking us for help.
In India,
Iraqi, mate.
An opium factory.
Iraqi. I'll tell you about weapons of mass destruction, mate. I was in there
in 1905,
8 months before the war
of the Chinese male population was addicted to opium.
And if you got a house and you invite me over for a barbecue in your back garden, right?
Deficit in
of course you're going to clean up your back gardens because you got guests coming over, man. When they walked into factories in Iraq, there was supposed to be weapons of mass destruction. There was no machinery, no nothing, just fucking clean, mate. When you look on the floor and you could see where the machinery was there for ages. They came with that shit, mate. You could see the fucking radiation here, mate.
Yale, Harvard,
where you can't see the weapons of mass destruction. Give me a break, bro. Give me a break with that shit, mate.
I'm talking about the Iraqi people now.
No, you wouldn't be talking right here, mate, if it wasn't for people like us.
You know when they went in with the airstrikes, right? They were bombing installations like water treatment, etc.
Yeah,
later on, those contracts were given back to American and British corporations to rebuild them.
Well, wait a minute, mate. Okay, well, let me put it this way.
That country was functional.
Let me put it this way. If this country got attacked right now, heavy, bomb the shit out of all these big industries, who's going to rebuild? The Brits? No, because they got bombed already. Britain doesn't have the capability of rebuilding their own country after they've been bombed. So who else? The people that bombed it, bro.
No, but they bombed them for a reason. They bombed them. Right, if you're going to bomb a country...
May I ask you one question, mate? What do you do for work?
I'm a community gardener. But that's just one of the things that I do. I'm not paid. But I don't claim benefits. I live on a piece of land and I built my own house. So I recycle materials. All my energy is dedicated, my external energy is dedicated to stopping immoral behaviour. That's basically it.
Mate, without the military, this country would be invaded big time, bro. Look at World War II. You don't think we needed military to stop the Germans from fucking over the whole world?
The Germans were highly financed by Wall Street. If you do your research, the Germans were highly financed by Wall Street.
Maybe the Germans made their money on Wall Street, but they weren't financed by Americans, bro. Okay? Maybe they made their money in Wall Street like any other man, but they weren't financed by Americans.
You know the drink Fanta? Do you know Fanta?
Yeah.
That's the German version of Coca-Cola. It was created by the Coca-Cola company inside Germany in the Second World War. And you had General Motors building tanks for the Germans inside Germany. They sued the American government for bombing General Motors bases after the Second World War. Industrialists make money on all sides. War is big money.
I ain't saying it's right. I ain't saying it's right. But without the military, you wouldn't even be speaking English right now. You'd be saying "Hi Hitler."
Dude, unless... Well, no,
You'd
but
be saying "Hi Hitler"
I don't know if I agree with that. I think if it was...
You know what I mean?
I'm not entirely sure that's
What
the case.
money? What military support you got from America in World War II, man? We sent you the tanks, we sent you the weapons. Finally, when you started caving in, we came into action.
You know who manufactured the Panzer tanks?
Who cares, man?
General Motors, American company, manufactured Panzer tanks. Do your research, go online, check it out, man. The industrialists in Wall Street. George Bush's grandfather was actually a war criminal. He was arrested for basically war profiteering.
We got a brain. When we get together,
You know, I agree with the bankers, but mate, you guys are right on the
Man, we need I'm not denying that we may need a peaceful
I mean, you got boys here smoking spliffs, you got piss heads up the road, mate. Come on, man.
Right.
You know, I mean, look at what we did in New York.
This is one of the best things that's happened to this country.
They shut down the Brooklyn Bridge in New York, bro.
Yeah. Okay, that's what needs to happen, man. The government is becoming the Fourth Reich. It is the Fourth Reich. It's gone to war with more countries than Germany in the past 10 years. We're going for countries right left to centre because we've got people like Dick Cheney, all these.
I mean, I heard you mention before World War III starts. It already started a long time.
I know, and we need to put the brakes on it, man.
You're gonna
put the brakes.
If we put the brakes on it, bro, we're gonna get annihilated if we put the brakes on.
So what should we do? Should we just go and nuke China now before it starts?
China.
Yeah, China.
China's scared of us, mate.
China will be involved if there's
China is scared.
Who do you think the Third World War's going to be with? It's going to be with Russia. If it's with anybody, it'll be Russia and China.
China is too clever to go to war right now. Because they know if we started a war with them or they started a war with us, we'll both kill each other. There'll be nothing left.
So when you talk about World War III, who are you actually
It's already going on, man. Iraq again, Afghanistan, Libya, the Arab uprising, all that shit. What do you call that? Peace? No, man, that's World War III going on,
Should we just go and nuke Iran now? Just get it on with. Let's just go and blow up 26 million people.
They're going to give them last sanctions. Do not make nuclear weapons. That's all there's to it.
Dude, you know yourself that something is wrong in the state of Denmark. Something is very wrong with our country and our government and this whole thing. We are Rome. We're like ancient Rome. We've got the same kind of corruption. We've got the same kind of twisted mindset. We've got the same kind of immorality everywhere and kind of moral societal breakdown. So that's going on. It's all falling apart. And what we need is people to stand up and take responsibility for society. We've got societal breakdown. I don't know how long you've lived in London, but if you go around some of the glorious parts of London, we've got total community breakdown, man. We've got kids stabbing each other. It's the economic system.
That shit's been going on for 1,000 years.
And it's in America too. I know,
that shit's been going on for 1,000 years.
It's basically monopolising anything for their own interest. You know it's true.
Street gangsters, I call them thugs. They ain't even gangsters. Because a gangster is totally different. What's going on in Britain and the United States, stabbing and shooting, that's thugs, man. Uneducated thugs.
Have you actually gone around the council estates in this country? Have you met the kids? Because if you've got a pub in the city of London, I reckon the people that you're meeting are probably most likely
people on the council estates, the only thing they do is fucking complain, mate.
You haven't
get into school, get on with it.
You haven't met enough of them to understand their situation.
Yeah, man. Yeah, the mother is sucking on a glass stick, putting a needle in her arm, and their son's going fucking hungry. That's been going on for 100 years, bro.
It's not that simple, mate. It's not that simple. Have you been to prison in Britain?
Have I been in prison in Britain?
Yeah.
Why, what about prison in Britain?
You need to go and check out prison in Britain.
What, Pentonville C Block?
It will give you a bit of an education.
What, Pentonville C Block?
So you have been in prison.
You guys are cushions. That ain't a prison what you got here. It's a fucking cushion. Go down south to America, that prison, bro. They'll put you in chains and clean up the streets, son.
Okay, well listen.
You guys got it made here, man. Made here in prison, bro.
Oh look, the same issues in our society are the same. I mean, America's a lot worse than this country, socially, economically.
Trust.
The divide between
you guys
rich
got
and poor.
it made here in prison.
You know, in America, 2 million Americans are currently in prison, and 6 million Americans have been in prison at some point.
Yeah.
And you know what? The corporations love it because it's money for old road.
Of course it is.
They make an absolute.
Now answering the question: why does a man in the United States get sentenced to 1,000 years in prison? What is the point of that? Please tell me.
It's all just a scam, isn't it?
Why? Because the government pays the prisoner. prison system 1,000 years to serve, to hold them there. It's a profit-making organization.
Exactly.
And there ain't nothing you or this little lovely protest is going to do about it. Nothing, mate. Nothing is going to change me. I hate to say it. I love to see you guys change the bankers, but it's not going to happen.
Right. Well, you know the truth.
You know what I mean?
You know the truth. So
what do you think Afghan war is all about, mate? It ain't about Bin Laden getting terrorists. It's about the fucking heroin, mate. And you know it, and I know it. Who do you think brings the heroin into this country? The UK government, the servicemen. What do you think Vietnam was about? All about the heroin. Be serious, mate. If you had a chance to make 100 million right now,
you have red poppies at this time of year.
you'd be jumping on the bandwagon just like anybody else if you had the opportunity, mate.
No, I wouldn't, mate. I wouldn't.
Fuck, you wouldn't, mate.
And if I did, I would consider that I've kind of gone
off-road a little bit. Oh, you guys are funny, man. Protest against the bankers, man. Don't get everybody confused, bro. Serious.
No, I'll carry on. We've got a lot of different issues here. We're not just about the bankers, we're about the whole structure of the system.
I mean, those guys up there, Free Palestine, right? Stop sending rockets over the fucking border, killing citizens. Maybe Israel will leave Palestine alone. You know what I mean, mate? Little kids, 4 years old, suicide bombers. You know, come on, man. What do you want to talk about that, bro? Well, I was in Iraq, mate, and I'm standing up patrol. I got a little girl, 12 years old, strapped, bro, coming at me. I said, here, you want a lollipop? You want a Snickers? The little girl just looks at me and just opens up her jacket. I had to step back and knock the little girl off because I didn't want to shoot her. So I knocked her the fuck out. All right, mate? And you want to talk about democracy, bro? Give me a break, mate. If it wasn't for people like that, you guys